Hey everybody, I'm playing Champions Online. I told myself I'd never play again, but I'm getting bored, so I decided to get the gold membership because apparently you can do a lot of things that I thought you couldn't do in this. It's a lot better than I thought it was. Still not as good as Champions Online, but it's close enough, I guess. I already made Camden, but he looks a little freaking weird with the way they do clothing in the game. I did make his girlfriend Ashley Phoenix. She doesn't look that bad, honestly. But anyway, I'm gonna play Camden, obviously. I was in the middle of a mission at the time. I played a bit recently. I just didn't feel the need to record it until I felt like making lots of noise and talking and stuff. Do have a monster, but I don't think it's enough. Alright. Oh. I'm still like trying to learn how to play it properly because I never honestly even learned well. I never really gave the game a chance. So the controls are a bit odd to me, I guess. You can use a controller, which is pretty freaking cool though. It's just, you can do a lot more with the keyboard and mouse, obviously. And I'm already dying. Probably should have brought down the difficulty a little bit more. At least until I, you know, master this freaking game. It's funny because I do things that people tell me not to. I mix melee and range together. But honestly, it's the only way I can get my character because he uses energy manipulation, but he uses it in close range. But the energy manipulation in this game is long range and range damage, which means I have to focus on range damage and melee damage. Because Camden's supposed to be melee, I want to make my character the way I want. So I will deal with the difficulty of making him work for the sake of making my character how he's supposed to be. There's no use redesigning your character in a game if you can't make him the way you want, you know? Then there's like no point. It's a lot more fun to create my characters. That's why I kept looking around for more games to make him. City of Heroes was the one. It was the perfect one because they had energy manipulation in more than one area, which means they had energy manipulation in range. They had it in melee. They even had a tanking version of it, like the Brute, which was a semi-tank. They were much better at close quarters, and they had more defense that turned into offense as you went on. But they had energy. Scrapper, which was more of a punch him in the face kind of guy, and that had energy manipulation, and that's the one I chose, and he kicked serious fucking ass. And then there was the Blaster, which was ranged, and it made full use of high damage from afar, but you can get knocked out fast. So you had to be careful. But since I wanted to be in close range, I picked Scrapper, and I had to focus more on defense because my offense off the bat was freaking high. I didn't even have to focus on it, honestly. I focused more on accuracy, a little bit of recharge, energy reduction, so I didn't use so much, but the freaking damage, I didn't even need to do anything because the Scrapper, I feel like it was overpowered. And I focused more on defense after that by giving him more defenses because I was dying a lot at close range. Where am I going? Sorry. Which was an issue. Where am I? Did I go the right way? Sorry, I got caught up talking. Kaboom! I'm more in a talking to people mood and explaining rather than my usual weird screaming, going out of control mood. I might change that as I go on. I'm like mentally tired, I think, and I don't really want to do anything. That's alright though. Hopefully this game proves to be awesome because I paid 15 bucks already for it. For me and Jack Dion, a buddy of mine. So he might end up, if I'm still playing when he, you know, gets up and everything and wants to play, he'll probably join in. If not, then I'll come back later with him, probably on Skype, and you'll hear his voice. Well, I don't know if that would work. I'll have to test that. I think it works. Because my last stream of Saute, which was really cool, I should have downloaded the videos after that, but I feel like it wasn't good enough quality, you know? But that was a really good playthrough, even though the game was a little glitchy, sort of. I got to the end of the story finally after all these years, because I played on Xbox and never finished it. And then since then, you know, I became a PC gamer, so I didn't really play it until I found it on Steam. I mean, I have Saute up in my closet right now. Like, I can grab it and play it, but there's no point if I own it on Steam now. But I never finished it because I got bored and I got to the last fight, and then I couldn't beat it for some reason. Because I hated doing melee in that game. It was just so difficult. Like, you're trying to do combos and they're still killing you, and you have to focus straight on defense, and then if you do that, you can't damage them. So you have to rely on your friends to do that. And since that last fight, you were by yourself, so I had to balance everything. And then I had to use my brain, and then my skill. Eventually, though, I figured it out throughout the years. I played games differently, so when I replayed it during that stream, I was choosing the right choices, and I knew what was going to happen in the end. So I focused more on skill power and, you know, and energy, so I can use his skills more often. And long story short, I was kind of disappointed with the ending. It was just like, oh, you win, done. I don't know. I kind of wanted to see what happened to the kingdom, the queen, everything. Like, it doesn't explain anything. It's like they rushed it at the last second. Like, they had to rush the production because the manufacturers wanted to get it out and give it to everyone. I think that's what happened. But in Champions, we'll talk about this game now because that's what we're playing right now. I've been playing the story or the missions over and over, and I'm already getting bored of that. I have to stop and stick with one character, but I had reasons for it, because when I first made Camden, Yeah, when I first made Camden, I didn't have the gold, which means I had to stick with one, like, class, like, archetype, whatever you got, class, for energy, and then I found out, again, there was a freeform thing, and I'm like, you know what, I'll just freaking do it. And I also played as Ashley because her abilities were basically healing, so it was cool that there was one dedicated to healing, and it worked out. And then I just said screw it and paid $15 so I can color my powers the way they're supposed to be colored, because Ashley is supposed to have pink, like, a pink light to all of her powers. I made all this stuff up when I was 4, but I stuck with it because that's who I am. Each crystal replicates, or, yeah, it reflects the color of each person's soul. And her soul is pink, of course, and it was like healing. It was supposed to be the power of love, but that's a bit too much. So it's just healing. Celestial light, whatever you want to call it. Just healing magic. Her bloodline dictates that she was of a different race or something, but I'm not going to get too much into it. Anyway, then I got the gold, and it allowed me to use the freeform system, which I didn't know how to use at first. Then I found out it's during the class choice system. So I was like, oh, cool, then you could choose individual powers from different areas. You choose your first power, which is the energy builder, where you're attacking and you fill up your little blue gauge there on top. Oh, I could just point to a frickin' mouse, what am I doing? And then there's the second one, which is the second one in the list here. And then the third one, and get them all from different areas. Of course, there's no energy melee, so I had to choose something that was more like a martial arts, but not. So I just do punching and street fighting, basically, to get my energy back. Which kind of makes sense, because that's usually what he's doing in my head, in my game idea. Where he's basically in close combat beating the crap out of people, and then, after a little bit, he uses his energy ball, which is called Final Ball, right at their chest, basically. And just launches he does this. I'll show you exactly. I can do it in the game now. Punch, 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 punch. Charge it up. Launch it right at him and knocks him back. Then when I found out he does it in the game like this, in Champions, I was like, no way. So, you know, it helps me love my character more. City of Heroes, you'll never be able to replicate that character again. It was the most amazing thing I've ever created. No one could beat him. I'm not even joking. Other scrappers couldn't even stack up to that character. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did. I made all the right decisions. I don't know. I leveled up properly. And it wasn't gear based. It was the best thing ever. It wasn't relying on gear to get you stronger. It was relying on little circular things called enhancements, which I guess could be considered gear. They just did it in a different way, where you equip gear to each power. I love that more because it increases your power capability rather than you magically getting stats. It's more like you're focusing on that power and choosing how you want to use that power. And I don't know, it was a really cool concept. Sorry if I'm talking too much. I don't know why I'm talking so much, honestly. I never do. It's not me. I found something! Didn't I find something? What? Graphical error probably. Punch, 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 and kaboom! That's the kind of ability that I enjoy. Just wrecking people. If I can make everything explode around me, that's worth it to me. And honestly, I think the color changing and the freeform system is worth the payment, although it still is kind of a lot of money to me. If it was $10, I think that would be the maximum for me. $5 I don't think is enough. I think they should change the subscription a little bit more. And I found out that I guess there's a reward system too if you pay enough or something, kind of like City of Heroes did at the last second. So if that's true, then I might be sticking with this game a while, and hopefully I can find out how to stay in a game for a lot longer than I used to, or recently, because I stay in a game maybe a week or two and then I get bored. Skyforge I played recently, but I've been by myself. Like, I hate playing games with myself for too long. It gets boring. Why would you play an MMO by yourself that long? I mean, of course you don't want to deal with people. I mean, MMOs themselves are kind of like a different atmosphere and gameplay in certain circumstances, but if you're not playing with other people, sometimes it just seems like weird. But City of Heroes, I wanted my friends on there, and we eventually all just disappeared after a while, then came back. First time I played, it was a subscription of $15 a month just to play a game, and back then I did it because I was into it, you know. I thought it was just the thing to do because of World of Warcraft and everything. I thought the subscription was the way to go. Then I found out that I don't really want to do that, so I started playing free games, and they were all crap. And then, not too long afterwards, free-to-play games became the norm and became the biggest games on the market. And then, because of that, City of Heroes is like, okay, we're going to do that too. We're not going to force people to pay a subscription now. That's when everything went to hell. Bad players came in that didn't want to play a sub. There was a bunch of these kids that didn't know what they're doing. They're having fun, which I admit is fine, but the community kind of got a little bad, and people were just being dickheads, telling you how to play, assuming you don't know how to play because the other people didn't know how to play, and it's hard to explain. But then I found out you can pay and then get some cool benefits, so yeah, but we went back during the time it was free. After we were done being bored of it, we went back and tried it again, and when it was free. It was cool for a while, and then I found out you can switch from villain to hero after a while, and I'm like, that's pretty freaking awesome. And I had to pay because I wanted more character slots and I wanted more freedom to do what I wanted to do, which is what this does. But then 2011, near the end, like November, it shut down. Because they weren't making enough money. Not enough people wanted to do what I did by paying monthly. And the cool thing about that paying monthly thing is if you pay long enough, you get rewards. Like, you get ranks, and you get to the highest rank, and you potentially have every part of the game. You have all the classes, you have all the powers, and you no longer have to pay anymore. And it was just amazing, but I think that in itself kind of ruined it, because then they weren't getting money anymore because everyone got to the highest of that rank, which took a while. But then no one was paying anymore, and then they no longer had any money. So, I don't know. I'm not sure which equipment to get anymore at this point, because strength, perfect for melee, but I only have one melee attack. And it's not supposed to get stronger anyway, so I might as well focus on my range, but I'm on melee mode. I should probably change that. But then I don't want to be close to people. But yeah, then it shut down, and then I was so sad because I just got back, and I haven't been playing that long, and it was just, I was at the point where I was having a lot of fun, you know, and I got back into it, and it became my home game at that point, because I got rid of World of Warcraft, I got rid of all these other games, I just stayed on City of Heroes, and it was just what I wanted to do for a while, and then it shut down, and I was devastated because I made a character that I can't make in any other game, Canon Magius. Any other game, he doesn't work, and it no longer makes sense, you know, and it was just sad. Oh, the prison break thing. Hello, sir! So hopefully this has the same feel and reward system as City of Heroes, because it's been around for a long time, I think, for a few years, or maybe more longer than a few. I think it was around during the beginning stages of City of Heroes, maybe? I don't remember. But it's been around for a while, so it's doing something right. I mean, it's free to play. I don't know what they're doing to keep that going. Maybe it's this whole gold system that they had and whatnot. Who knows? But I want access to all powers so I can make all my characters. It's more fun that way. It's more fun when you can make characters. That's who I am. That's probably why I get bored of games, if I can't make my characters, you know? Nothing wrong with playing a character that's already made, though. I go back to, like, certain games like that with a full-on storyline with main characters. I do like that. It's like reading a book, but in a video game. But it gets to the point where I want to create my video game so much, and I want my characters to be made, and see them and how they would react in situations. It's like, you can make a character and you can make a story, but you're not going to know how it would work unless you see it happen in a game or in like a video or something, you know? In a book, you can visualize, you can get an understanding, but in a real-time thing, you're not going to know their capabilities and how they would affect anything, you know? That's why I like video games and making my characters in them. You can visually see how they were under a certain universe or system, mathematical, whatever. So making Candon in a game like this is amazing because I get to see how he would react with his energy and whatever, or how I would act by playing him, but I think you get it. I'm talking too much. Hello! Kaboom! I know I don't have to do this anymore, but oh. The last time I did this, I got like way too many points. The first Candon I made before I remade it with the gold membership. Because somebody, I guess, came hella late, like I just did right now. Because I was there right when it started, so I was getting all the points right away. I was killing virtually everything, and I killed hella villains. And escaped. Honestly, I think they could have done a little bit better with the graphics. I mean, I think they need to update it with this day and age, because I don't know if they've updated it that often since then, but it just seems so outdated. Like, even World of Warcraft at least tried to update their graphics, which they kind of changed textures to make them more like a higher resolution texture, and maybe more polygons on the models, but not even all of them. Not even all the models or anything. They just did some small updates and didn't really finish it. So they didn't really update it, they just kind of just put new stuff. But I don't know. I guess they can redesign on the engine and stuff, like copy and paste, and then go through a whole development thing with the money they have and make a Champions Online 2 or something. I don't know. But then they have to worry about the new superhero games that have been like in the works that may or may not be completed. Like City of Titans I've been looking for, because they're supposed to be based off of the old City of Heroes system. The original creators are not working on it, but huge fans and veterans of the game that, you know how it was and how it felt to play it are working on it. Supposed to be released somewhere around this year, but probably near the end. But I don't know if they're gonna finish. Who knows? I have nothing else to talk about now, I guess. And honestly, these days, I'm not really doing Twitch for the streaming part. I'm doing it because it's quick and easy and I can add a camera without doing any video editing. All of this is happening at once and I don't have to do video editing to get it all together and work properly. I can just press the button and go and just play and do what I want and just put it straight to YouTube. But if I do this all separately, I have to put them all in and synchronize them, and I mean, it's not that much hard work. It's just I don't really feel the need to do it. I can always just re-edit it later and put it, you know, in my editor. Where am I going? Oh yeah, warehouse. Is it that one mission? Yeah, it is. Time for a boss fight. Wait, hold on. Normal. I was already having issues just on difficult. Food. Mm. Mm. Oh. Oh. This is not going well. Is that Uncle Ben? Uncle Ben, you're alive! I had to figure some stuff out about my character. I had to figure out how to get the most potential damage without dying. Oh. Mmm. 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 Sorry, it's just really delicious. And spicy. And I made it yesterday. It's chicken that's been sitting in my room for 24 hours. I haven't had any issues before, so I'll be fine. Is there another quest or an event? I'm pretty sure it's not reset yet. That like just finished. Oh yeah. Oh, watch it. Is that the? It's gotta be the same one. Yeah, this is the same one. Why is that there? Okay. Anyway. Heading back. Tried to help, didn't work. Well, I think I could switch. Because... Hey, knock that off. My cat's meowing. I could do hybrid, but there's no bonuses to anything. I mean, if I go range damage, at least there's a bonus, but there's not really a downside in range of control power strength. What control power? Yeah, all it's really doing is changing how much potential damage I get at a specific range, so there's no point in doing hybrid. And the lacking areas are the same on any of these anyway. So... yeah! I'm naming them their City of Heroes, like, names. Okay. I'll deal more energy damage now. PowerPoints 1. What do I want? Okay. I don't know when this ability was made, or if it was even a reference, but it reminds me of One Punch Man, because freaking all the punches he does, the normal punches, and then the one time he did the serious punches. Just reminds me of it. I have that one. No! You get back out! Train. Oh. My bad! Okay, do I want energy? Straight energy stuff? And then the martial arts and everything. See, with the freeform, it's freaking cool. You can go to any of these areas and then get abilities. Like, these are all the celestial, or not celestial, the mystic area. I can do any of these. It's freaking cool. I'll get into those other areas later. I'm just gonna power up what I like have. I'll continue with my range. He could use electricity because of energy manipulation. I think it's better if he doesn't. So force, protection field is passive, right? It's one of these. It's this one, I think. Kinetic maneuvers. And my headset's dying. 1 second. No, I have to go to the bathroom, but I'm not going to. Screw that! Okay. Huh. That's cool. I get energy for blocking. Ooh. Hold on. That's a cool looking character. Good job. That looks awesome. Pandora. Not you! Isrix. Great character. Good job. Okay, I just decided to, say that. Not like they'll ever see this. Now that I'm ranged, I think ego is the damage for range, so yeah. But I want recovery too. Oh well, I'll just go straight with that one. I think that was the one I just got. Yeah. Recovery defense. Oh, it's level 10. And I don't want that one anyway. Well, yeah, actually I do. Okay, this one has dexterity, intelligence. This one has defense. Okay, the one I have on is much better. Strength. I don't need presence. Like some health points and ego. Yes. Alrighty then. I'm trying to think of who that looks like. Oh. Okay, time to do my powers again. Okay, what do I want? Okay. That's to give to anybody, even myself, but I don't want to have to do that. At least not yet. And this I already have. That's rank. Or I could just level it up elsewhere. Force snap. And I don't really want to do that. Have that. I think this is the one that's like... Yeah, I think this is basically like adding a slight shield and extra HP in a way. Just extra HP. I think I want that. And it's passive? No? Can I... Oh. Advantage points. Purchase talents. Oh yeah. Talent points! Some people say don't go jack of all trades in games, but yeah, I don't really need all those stats. Why does it still say I need strength? I thought I switched. Didn't I switch? Did I choose that as my primary? That'd be freaking retarded. I hope not. I need... The strength would be nice, but I don't know when I'm gonna get my melee attacks. And I don't know if I should even focus on that. Ugh, this is gonna be difficult. Alright. Okay, so I guess strength could be up there somewhere if I want to focus on that. I'm definitely adding ego. Ego's obviously a choice. I kind of want recovery. And maybe endurance because energy, and that's what he's about. I'm pretty sure that comes hand in hand with ego sometimes, so I'm going to do it down here. This. That doesn't have ego. Almost. That one does have recovery, it just doesn't have endurance. And presence doesn't really work for me. However, there's that, but it doesn't have ego. That's my issue here. I could do Daredevil. I could just get endurance out of my head and just focus on recovery at least. But if I have a lot of energy, I don't have to worry about that because the only way to recover energy is out of combat and using your power, right? And I don't want to have to rely on that. It only slightly increases maximum, so I won't focus on recovery, I'll focus more on endurance on that. So, endurance ego, somewhere. But I don't want presence. Ugh. I guess I could just get the 2. Wherever the hell it is. There it is. Yeah, Daredevil. I guess. Okay. I do have advantage points. I do like the AoE ability, but should I rely on that? Well, there's a lot of people going after me at once all the time. I'll just increase the rank. Okay. I think I am good now. Let's continue! What scientist? Oh, in here. Ta-da! You know, who's been messaging me on Facebook? On Facebook. Not that important, right? Yeah, not much going on. Whooshy whoosh! I got that from Jacksepticeye. It's kind of a habit now. But I think I like in this game where there's the travel power, you can potentially increase your power output, like your damage. Stop that. While you're running. And I think that's freaking cool because that's kind of what Candon does. He can run at his enemy, which in a sense would increase his damage. Let's see how good this is now. I don't notice the difference. At least not yet. At least it knocks him back more, you know? Now I need to get my shield. Where's that at? Why can I not? Is it passive? I think it is passive. I don't know how good it is then. I can't tell if it's even working. Ta-da! Boom! Oh, excuse me. I think my energy is a lot stronger. It's more better. Achoo! Oh no, I blew them up! I'm so sorry! That was probably really loud. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I like that ability more now. Hey! Don't you saute me! Wait, saute? That is not the right word. Okay. I'm gonna leave this here for now. I might be back.